Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. This is my second channel, so make sure you subscribe to Silver Slayer 2 in the meantime while I get my main channel back as it was hacked. But anyways, let's jump into this video. So hi ho silver, metal favored by Main Street in 2020. We've talked about silver being extremely beneficial to our portfolios for the several reasons that it's used in the world, but also the potential that lies for silver's future. And this is not only coming from silver stackers like you and I, but Main Street investors or people even in stocks and other forms of investing also see silver as a highly potentialed metal. So anyways, this article is going over the other metals compared to silver and which one is favored in 2020. So 2020 is expected to be another year of significant uncertainty and turmoil, which we know that gold and silver definitely prosper off of. They shine off of controversy in the economy. Anytime there's uncertainty, anytime it's political, economical, even technological, when there's something in the economy that's bringing up a lot of uncertainty or unease, unsatisfaction from the society, gold and silver are the answer, and more specifically silver because of its fundamental intrinsic value that it brings more of an asset than a commodity. So anyways, but the question is, what is this asset, or what will emerge the victor when the dust settles from the global trade war? So Brexit, recession threats, negative bond yields, it's a showdown of global proportions. So don't miss all of our exclusive coverage on how these factors could impact your 2020 investment decisions. So Main Street investors are keeping their faith in silver. And by the way, the link to this article will be in the description of the video. So we see gold sitting at $1,510, down 10 cents. Silver sitting at $17.73, down 14 cents. Platinum at $943, up $1. Palladium at $889, up $7. So for the fourth year straight, silver was voted as the most likely to outperform other precious metals in copper during the year ahead. So it's interesting, because this gives us a lot of different knowledge and insight. One, we see that silver is the people's choice, but two, what is this going to do to the gold to silver ratio? Because we still see the gold to silver ratio sitting around mid-80s, which, 85 to 1, which means it takes 85 ounces of silver to equal 1 ounce of gold, which is extremely high. We saw it 95 to 1, earlier this year. But a quote-unquote low ratio is below 50 to 1. But for it to be below 50 to 1, that means silver has to outperform gold by a lot. That's a lot of middle ground for it to cover. And there is signs that it could do this, especially as industrial demand they're paying premiums for silver, which they've never done before, and many other factors as well as the silver shortage, and with silver being more of an asset than a commodity for the technological era we're advancing in with EVs, electric vehicles, and so on. So anyways, this year, 1,820 people participated in Outlook 2020 online survey. A total of 794 Main Street voters, or 44%, said they expect silver to fare better than other metals in the year ahead. So, out of 1,820 people, 794 people expected silver to be better than other metals in the year ahead. So 2020 could definitely. And this is not only just from an assumption. This isn't just an educated guess. There is statistics, there is facts to go along with it. But anyways, let's dig a little deeper in this. Gold came in second place with 526 votes, or 29%. Another 213 of the survey respondents, or 12%, favored platinum. Voters cast 178 ballots, or 10%, in favor of copper. Palladium garnered only 109 votes, or 6%. That was the same percentage as a year ago. Of course, palladium confounded voters in 2019, posting a 50% rise so far this year, touching $2,000 an ounce for the first time ever. And they're saying that it's not going to outperform because it already did this year. So the likelihood of it going even farther outperforming is pretty low, since it already has done that. And that's why it's probably so low. So Anyways, we see this chart, silver, we see silver at about 44%. We see gold around 29%. And it's an interesting chart because this shows that silver, and this is the biggest gap in between, this is a huge gap. Silver definitely has a lot of potential. We've talked about the fundamental uses, the intrinsic value, but we have to really think about what 2020 has in store for us. Silver is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity, which shows that silver has some real uses. Not all of these other metals have that. Silver is needed in technology in the industrial world. Gold is more for jewelry, more for bullion, more for coinage. A lot of gold is remelted. Silver, on the other hand, is lost. A lot of silver is lost in technology, not to be re-scrapped or recycled. So even though it's coming out of the ground roughly 8-to-1 compared to gold, you have to think about the silver that's being lost and the silver shortage. Not only and I'm not talking about the American Eagle shortage we saw earlier in the year. I'm talking about the actual production of silver on a global scale being cut back for the last 7 years. Mexico, Peru, and Chile, the top dogs for the silver production, have been abandoning silver mines. So silver supply has been vanishing beneath our eyes. And this is something that really is important to talk about, because this means that we're 7 years in the hole. We can't just make that 7 years up in 1 year. So think about that. We're 7 years behind now with silver production. So for the next 7 years, we're going to be battling supply versus demand. And we know there's low supply, high demand. What does that do? It shoots the price up. But anyways, let's just keep going in this article. So, silver is the most beat down metal of them all. Just look at the chart, said one Kitco reader. It's found its bottom, and only one way to go is up. Palladium is in a blow-off or a parabolic move, which is going to end badly for people buying it right now. As of Thursday, the gold to silver ratio stood historically high, 84.5, meaning it takes 84.5 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold. A high number means underperformance by silver and vice versa, or outperforming by gold. So a number of, and by the way, a quick fact. In 1930s, FDR changed the gold to silver ratio from 16-to-1 to 75-to-1 overnight. It didn't jump from 16-to-1 to 30-to-1. No, it went from 16-to-1 to 75-to-1 from FDR in the 30s. And that was something he did with obviously all the other stuff he was battling with, but that's something that was manipulated. And if you're talking about price manipulation, or any type of, manipulating power that people bring man-made without silver allowing it to have its natural price fluctuation, or, fluctuating price, then there you go. I mean, that's absolutely crazy that it was manipulated to that degree. And it hasn't caught back since then. There has been some times like in 2011 and in the 90s where it's came close, but nowhere near, back to where the 16-to-1 ratio, which is more natural than anything. But anyways, a number of Wall Street analysts told Kitco News in recent weeks that they see potential for silver to outperform gold. So over the last few years, investment for silver and gold disconnected quite a bit, said TD security strategist Daniel Galley. Over the last few months, however, there's been signs that the correlation of investment activity for both metals has turned positive again. We are optimistic on the prospects for gold, but we think it will pay off more for those who purchase silver. We think the industrial demand side of the equation will improve later in the year, which I've been talking about. That's definitely where I stand as well. So, added Philip Strable, senior market strategist for RJO Futures, the ratio between gold and silver will continue to crack lower, favoring silver, taking away from gold. Silver will take from some of the other metals like platinum, palladium, and trade deal will help boost technology demand for silver, which that's definitely true as well. That's something we haven't really talked about as much on this channel or on my other channel, is that, the U.S.-China trade wars and all this trading going on, or who's getting what, plus the demand for it, or the supply even, all takes silver. All takes silver to very large degrees. The tally in favor for silver in 2020, comparable a year ago, was 43% of voters said they expected silver to be the top performer in 2019. Gold was second place a year ago with 34% of the votes. Copper and palladium platinum drew 12%, 6%, 5%. So, In terms of actual performance through the end of the trading Thursday, Palladium soared 50% higher so far in 2019, with Platinum was second best performer with 19% gains. Gold and silver right behind at 18% and 16%. Copper had a year-to-date gain of 9%. So, this really does put things in perspective where we have a pulse on the society, and that's good because a lot of times now speculation is changing these markets. Even if there is just money, even if it's as simple as how much money is going in or coming out to affect a price, that still is becoming stronger in the world of precious metals. A more emotional attachment is becoming to these markets, and that's because of the political standpoint with Trump and everything going on. It's almost like a TV show now, but that's obviously influencing voters, influencing investors as well. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Like I said, the link to this will be in the description. Please subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe to this channel. I'm trying, as I get my main channel back, I'm trying to make this channel something to what it was over the main channel at least, and a lot of people don't know that I'm posting videos again. A lot of people are trying to find Silver Slayer and don't know that I'm still here, just on a different channel. So if you could like these videos, share them, please bring the community, the Silverstein community, together and allow people to find my channel. I would definitely appreciate it. Thank you, Salve Metal. He's been by my side through this all. I cannot thank you enough for all the support and everything. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. Once again, this was Silver Slayer. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It feels so good to be back to doing what I love to do. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks. Peace.